everybody and welcome back to our channel. My name is Lia.
And I'm AK.
And this is our channel where we talk about property investing, business and working together as a couple. So today we are walking around a property that has just been purchased by an investor we're working with. So we've sourced this property. So what we're going to show everyone today whilst we're walking around. We're
going to show everybody...
Shall I say?
Welcome to my crew.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to Property Couple. I'm AK and Lia is behind the camera.
Hey, everyone.
And today we are here at a property that we have helped a client purchase. And this is going to be a social housing strategy. We're going to tell you a little bit about how that works. We're going to look at the numbers and also just go through some of the additional costs that you might find when you are doing this particular strategy.
So before we start with the walk around, can I just say something that I've never really seen before? It's a taped up letterbox. So as we were coming into the property, there was like loads of letters that were stuck here that obviously couldn't get through. I've never seen that before when a house is being sold and going through the legals, that someone would tape up the letterbox as a way of sort of saying to the postman, don't put the post through here. Genius. Right, let's start the walk around.
So for this particular property, we are going to be working with a company called Serco. Now, Serco are actually on the FTSE 250 as a company in the UK, and they are a provider of housing for asylum seekers, essentially. With this type of strategy, if you offer it furnished, you often can get more rent for it. So essentially what we're going to do is run you through some of the essential bits that you need to make sure are in the property so that we can make sure that you see those costs as well.
Okay, so we're in the living room. This is going to be the family living room, and we're going to talk about the stuff you have to make sure is in this property before you hand the keys over to Serco.
Sorry, I've just tried to make you look really tiny.
So in this room, based on the last property we did for the same investor, the company would say it needs sofas or, you know, at least a 3-person or a 1 and a 2, so that there's space for family to chill out. So you don't necessarily need to provide a TV and everything like that, but basic furniture is needed. That's this living room. I think also it does need a bit of a deep clean. You can't really see on camera, but there are some cobwebs up in the corners and it just needs a bit of a hoover. It's not in terrible condition at all. It's in really, really good condition. But I do think that it could do with a clean before people move in. Now into the second reception room. Okay, so we've got this storage cupboard here as well. Got a meter read here, which we need to do photos of before tenants move in, before we do any key handover. And as you can see, there's just some storage here where nothing needs to be done. You can do added things. You can add shelves, you can make shoe storage, but the lady from Serco will tell us exactly what is required. We're mostly just going off what she said before for the last property that AK also dealt with.
So this is the second reception room, and it's quite common in these types of properties in this particular area to have 2 reception rooms. And you've probably seen in some of our other videos that we use this style to create HMOs where we turn the first reception room usually into a first bedroom. But for this particular property and the strategy that we're using with this investor, this is going to be a 3-bed standard buy-to-let that is going to be let to Serco as a housing provider. This is the second reception room. It's likely they might need or they might require a dining room table, a table somewhere they can eat, essentially, and a couple of chairs in here. Now, this particular property was purchased in a pretty decent condition. Carpets are relatively new. Doors look very new. The kitchen is practically new as well. So this particular investor was pretty happy with that and didn't really want to do any of the works as well, because he didn't want the hassle of having to sort of do any refurb.
I'll take you into the kitchen now. And as you said, it does look really new. There's not really anything that needs doing in here, but you'll notice there is no washing machine. So the 3 things that you have to provide with the working kitchen are a cooker, a fridge freezer, and a washing machine. You need to get a fridge freezer, which will probably end up living maybe just behind here. That would be a great place for the fridge freezer. Everything else looks pretty good. I can see some cobwebs up there. So again, our cleaner, who costs £16 an hour, will have to come and do maximum 2 hours here, just hoovering and going over, just dusting and stuff. Obviously, you can also do this yourself. Just checking the state of the boiler.
Now, the next service is due on the 26th of July.
2024. That's soon then.
So that is soon. So we're going to need to sort that out. Let me make sure I take a photo of that.
Through to the bathroom now, and then we'll take you to the jungle, aka the garden. This is in pretty good condition. The only thing I'm thinking is that it could do with a sealant here, which AK is going to show you. That needs resealing, all along there, just to prevent any water leaking. But other than that, as you can see, we put up this aqua boarding, which we've used before, and it all looks really new. It's not mouldy anywhere, just needs a bit of a clean.
I think the fridge freezer can definitely, or the washing machine can definitely go there because you've got the power there, so that's fine.
Perfect. Do you want to take people to the jungle?
Do they really want to see the jungle?
Well, I just think this garden does need tidying, but it'd be interesting to see if the lady from the Housing Association says that needs tidying, or what's she going to say?
I think she's going to say...
Make it presentable.
Needs to be cut at least.
Yeah, for sure.
So you've just got a small patio area here, and then you've got the Amazon rainforest behind us.
I'll show you guys. Look how tall the grass is.
I mean, I'm sort of 6'5", and the grass comes to my knee, so that's what, it's got to be at least 5 foot.
You can't even see the wheelie bin.
Yeah, so look, at the end of the day, this is going to have to be cut.
Yeah.
Because we need to be able to give the property over, and then it's kind of Serco's problem to ensure that it's maintained and looked after and stuff. So that's going to need to be done.
As you can see there, the fence on that side, there's one panel missing. So that's just something that needs to be addressed. We need to find out if this property is responsible for that boundary or this boundary or both. So you can find that out on the documents from the solicitor. So we'll have to dig that out. So with that fence there, we just have to find out from the legals who owns what boundary. So we might be responsible for just this fence, we might be responsible for that fence, or both. Usually it's with these terraced houses, it's usually when you're looking at it to the left, but it changes on every street. You can find that out from the searches when the solicitor sends you all of that stuff. So we just have to dig that out and find out if that's going to be our problem or if it's the neighbour's problem, because we can't be handing over the property with that fence like that. Jungle and fence required out here. Let's go back inside. Okay.
Right, let's go upstairs, stop messing around. We'll go upstairs and take a look at the bedrooms and show you what's what there. This is the main bedroom. This is the master bedroom, or the main bedroom. The good thing about this bedroom is that it actually has wardrobe space in here. So there is already a pole and some coat hooks. So I think all that will be required in this room is a double bed and a waterproof mattress. That's just the specification that Serco require, and potentially a chest of drawers maybe in here as well. So in terms of furniture, that's all that's needed in this room.
Can I ask you a question about the waterproof mattress?
Yeah.
Usually when you provide that, is it just a cover that goes over a mattress, or is it a special mattress?
Yeah, it's a mattress that is made of a special material that's basically waterproof.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so what we did in the last property was actually just purchase those directly on Amazon.
Great.
They come sort of in these like sort of compact square boxes, and when you open it and cut the plastic, they like inflate.
Oh, I think I remember doing that at one of our old houses.
Yeah.
At our old rentals. Okay, so let's go down the corridor.
Cool.
Is that the same stuff that's required in every room then? Wardrobe, bed?
Pretty much, yeah. Obviously, depending on the size of the rooms. So we'll get to that room in a minute, but that'll probably be a single bed because it's not big enough to have a double bed in there. But
okay.
This particular room might be able to have a double bed as well. Again, wardrobe and a chest of drawers. That's the minimum that is required.
And I'll take us into the little small room. There's a little step here.
Small room. I wouldn't necessarily call it a box room.
No.
Probably big enough for a single bed, which is great because for families this is definitely going to be like the child's room. So single bed, waterproof mattress, small chest of drawers. This particular room, similar to the first one, has this kind of wardrobe area. So I think with this one, because there's no pole, we'll put a pole up, and that way that can act as a wardrobe for this particular room as well.
So the other thing to mention is that at the other property, same investor and same housing association that took the property off him, they said that all the attic space needed to be locked off. So we had to like install sort of like a padlock thing that stop people going in there. Yeah, I don't really know the reason as why, but that is something that they do require. So there's this attic, there's also an access to the attic there. So the two of those, we think she's going to stay to do that. Okay, so let's just quickly remind you of the numbers on this one. We did do a video a couple of weeks ago, which we'll link up in the cards with the full explanation on it and the spreadsheet of numbers, but I'll just quickly run you through. 160k was the purchase price. The deposit was £40,000. It's approximately going to rent for £900 per month, potentially more once we speak to the lady on Wednesday. The mortgage is £464 per month, and the cash flow comes out at £406 per month. So when you work that out, it works out as a 12% ROI, not factoring in any of those extra little costs like legals, stamp duty, or the costs required to make this property ready for handover, like what we spoke about with the washing machine, the fridge, freezer, fixing the garden, and getting all the beds and waterproof mattresses in, etc, etc. With all of that factored in, obviously it will affect the first year's ROI, but from that point onwards you are up and running, because once you've handed the keys over to Serco, it's up to them to manage and maintain the property and fix any damages. It's not up to you.
Using this particular strategy as well, with the last property that we did for the same investor, it was a 6-year contract with Serco with a 3-year clause that essentially you could then review the rent. So it's really good in terms of being able to kind of rent this out and allow it to work without having to maintain it, without having to have managing agents on it and worry about void periods and that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's a very interesting strategy, and one that I think will become more and more popular now in this sort of time as well. Bills are taken care of by the housing provider. Again, another win, because there's no management to pay, there's no bills to pay, there's no council tax to pay. Like, all of these things just kind of disappear like pixie dust. Like, sort of fugazi, it's like pixie dust.
Fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust.
That's a really good Matthew McConaughey impression. Right, okay, that is pretty much a wrap. We will be back at this property in a few more days. We've been airing it out because it does have a smell.
It's musty.
Yeah, we just need to contact the cleaner, gardener. Obviously, you can go and garden it yourself, and then make sure we start ordering all the stuff on Amazon. So we hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. If you are looking at the social housing strategy, then we hope this was informative about the things you may need to think about before you hand over the keys to the housing association. And if you have enjoyed it, please leave us a comment below. Let us know if there's anything else that you'd like to see from this strategy, anything to do with the cash flow or the numbers. Let us know, and we will add it to our never-ending list of content ideas.
Absolutely, and we will see you in the next one.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not already. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.